All right, guys. Let's get to it and do the dirty. So, what do we got here? We got a few tickers looking pretty interesting for sure. CBAT, probably the most interesting one. Although I gotta say, I was a little bit crazy and I was trading SGBX quite a lot pre-market, but then a lot of sell volume kind of accumulated here, and I stopped trading it. I was up like quite a bit, and I was down quite a bit, and I pretty much ended the whole roller coaster up $67. So definitely got my feet wet, and we'll see what happens with this one. Let's do a little bit of housekeeping, and then we'll get started here and talk about what's going on. First, guys, I want to say welcome back to the stream. We're first review the watch list and trade the market open. I hope everyone is feeling good, ready to go. It's Friday after all. I had a wave today, and then somebody cut me off, and then I went forward on the wave, and then I caught an edge, and I literally flew into the water face first. And today was a huge day. It was like 6-foot waves, and I feel like I got a nice little, was it like not a concussion, but like definitely a headache afterwards. So that was kind of not ideal, but yeah. So typically, you want to be feeling good, ready to go. I always say, don't be sick, don't be hungover or something like that when you're trading. So always have a leveled mind. I think I have a pretty leveled mind today. Usually Friday, I feel a lot more like exhausted. Today, I feel actually pretty okay. Which is nice. I think I've been, not over trading or staying up too late, and it's been pretty good. Yeah, the waves are just insane here. So actually on my Instagram, if you guys are following me, I just posted some videos on there on my story. Where is that? Just go to Mr. Alex Winkler right somewhere here, and then check me out. Just check out the story. You don't have to follow me if you don't want to, but it's kind of a fun little story. Okay, so let's keep going here. Sorry for that little off topic. I was just stoking earlier. Today is Friday after all. That's what I said. It is September 25th, and it's 9:18 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we got another 12 minutes here before the market opens at 9:30, and we'll wrap up the stream usually around 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Quick reminder for everyone that's new, this is for education and entertainment purposes only. My trades are quick and not meant to be followed. Always know yourself while you're entering and exiting a stock. This community is a place for us to help each other. Please do not spam. Please don't, post a bunch of stuff in the chat room or you will be kicked out. But you'll get a little warning first, so you won't just blindly be kicked. Check out the video description below for some FAQs, and let's get to this puppy. Okay, so two to 3 inch waves. Yeah, that was actually a big reason I didn't move to Tampa when I was looking at the school there back in college. SGBX, I think, we could start talking about this one. Here's what I like about this one. 8 million float, U.S. medical fabrication company. They're bringing coronavirus testing kits to the airports. Boom, that literally big check on the float, under 10 million. That's huge. Has a news catalyst. Does it have a strong spike history? Let's actually go here to the charts and check this one out. On the daily, well, we've had some attempted spikes higher here. Most of these ended up failing. So no, it does not have a good spike history. So SGBX right now hit a high of 5, kind of chilling here at this kind of 5 zone, big resistance, and now it's selling off. So that's not really too exciting. Not to mention what I really don't like about this one, it's already down 40+% from pre-market highs. That's always a really, really big red flag. This thing could have one of those attempts higher and then just might start selling off the rest of the day. It's kind of what I'm thinking here on SGBX. I obviously don't want that to really be the case, but that's kind of what I'm thinking might happen here. So I'm a little bit cautious on this ticker right now. So let's just go ahead and kind of mark this $5 zone. It seems to be kind of important. So let's just go here, and you can kind of see that's right here between kind of 480 and then this $5.5 zone, some big resistance area. It has been in the past, multi-month, multi-week. Clearwater is quite nice. I wish I milked SGBX. Yeah, I did, but I did take a bigger trade. I did do a $6,000 trade today, 2,000 shares on SGBX. So that was kind of cool. Like I said, I really want to make 5,000 like my base amount. my average trade amount, which I'm trying to work really hard to get up on that. I think the hardest part about increasing your position size is like the second you, let's say, go, and this was actually the hard part, because this $6,000 trade actually started off being, instantly one of my biggest losers, because I was, down 2%, and it was just like, whew, okay, $120 right off the gates. And then it went even further. So I was like, okay, now I'm down like 200. And then there was another one. I was down like 300 for a second. So just bigger position size. It's not like I'm doing anything different, but you just have to get used to those numbers. And I think that's the hardest part about scaling your position size. Sometimes you just, you have to go through like that maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks of recalibration a little bit for how you react to those things. And the best is not to do anything different, but then you're thinking like, wait, usually I'd be closed out of this position by now. So it does mess with you just a little bit, but yeah, growing pains, I guess. Let's talk about so we just talked about SGBX. I like the fast rate of change on it, and I like the fact that it's between $2 and $7. Those are our 2 additional perks. But then we have CBAT, 23 million float, Chinese electrical equipment and parts company. Okay, I like the 23 million float part, but I'm not crazy always about the Chinese companies. I tend to not always be 100% on those. Catalyst, I couldn't find a catalyst earlier. Abdul was saying that it's a battery day winning. They won the bidding project for the higher project, which I need to actually look up. Apparently they're expanding into smart home expansion as well, expanding their business into the smart home section. I think this has been a multi-day runner now, and it's going to new all-time highs. The chart is very, very choppy, and we're seeing kind of new volume coming in here, which is nice. But we've hit all-time highs now. So how are we going to trade this ticker that's now at all-time highs? We know the current high here is 1416. We know there's a little bit more resistance. I would probably argue at like 390, maybe even a little bit below that. So these are really the areas we're going to have to break through first. So that's really what I'm going to be looking for at the open. Can we break through these areas, the 365 or so? That's, I think, where I think you want to have a nice little bit scope on. So now if we go back to the chart, you can see that this one, actually we'll have to move our whole chart up here. You can see here's these interesting areas that we're at. And then actually if we go up a little bit further, I think, yeah, you can see the lines up here. So, this thing's, pre-market, it's quite the mover. Let's quickly expand that again. So it's a below 50 million, kind of has a catalyst, but not specific to today. So maybe not enough people are looking at it, but the fact that it's up 170%, I think people are going to be looking at it regardless. It has a nice dollar volume as well from yesterday. It was yesterday's big runner. Strong spike history, I would probably give it a yes. And it has that upside, right? It has room to run. That's really, really nice. You want to keep your eye on those daily charts. How much room does it have? Is there maybe like a 180-day moving average right above it, right? You don't really want to see that. But if, like, let's say the stock is above 180-day moving average, are we pulling back to that 180-day moving average? Is that going to be a huge launch pad for continuation? Think about things like that. Fast rate of change, for sure. These runs on CBAT are ridiculous. So yeah, we definitely have a fast rate of change on CBAT. Probably not as fast as SGBX, but still really, really nice. And then it's between $2 and $7, right in the sweet spot, guys. There's going to be a lot of traders looking at these two tickers. We got another 6 minutes here, so let me go through 2 other tickers I'm kind of looking at, and then we'll kind of focus on what we're going to be looking for at the open. So TAT, 3.4 million float, Israel Aerospace and Defense Company with good quarterly results. Always like to see stuff like that. A lot of sell-off on TAT, but those good financials are always something you really want to be seeing on a ticker like this. Looks like there's an interesting level of $4 support and resistance. And then I would probably give it here this 4.5 zone, worth pointing out. And then some other gap areas here. So right now we're coming back to this, big support here at 5.8. This thing did sell off quite a bit as well, 40%. Just a lot of selling off here pre-market so far, not really holding the highs above VWAP. besides CBAT. But those, you know, after those big runs, it actually does pull back quite significantly. So TAT is, you know, on the daily chart right here on the bottom right corner, it's really coming down to this big support zone. So right now it's already bounced quite a bit off of this one. This could be a really good entry around 5.5. So let's go ahead and try to remember that. Those would be some pretty big dips here. I'm going to put an alert on TAT if we break some of these lows, and maybe even put in a limit order on this one. Five, 6, 9 could be a big support zone. So I got 2 alerts on TAT for now, but again, 5.5 I think on this one is going to be really critical. So I'm going to go ahead and write that down just so I don't forget. Yeah, I totally feel you, live on the CLSK. You know, when I was thinking about battery day coming up, and I was thinking about how overextended CLSK is, and I was like, you know what, that support, that dip buy or that pullback trade I did on CLSK is just, it's way overextended, and this is not in my risk tolerance. So then I was like, I'm out of here. It was just that simple for me, or you know, that easy to make that decision. It was kind of like I didn't totally want to sell it, but like I just couldn't justify the risk. BOXL, guys, another ticker, 44 million float, U.S. communications equipment company, $95 million they spent to acquire SYPR systems, presentation systems, I think they're called. Acquires audio visual provider SYPR presentation systems. Yeah, so that seems like, I obviously didn't look too much into the deal. It sounds a little bit expensive for a company of BOXL's size, but hey, I don't know, we'll see. I probably won't be trading it yet. I don't know what you guys are going to be doing with it, but maybe something to look into later. Who knows, maybe it's an investment or swing trade, but for me, I'm not going to be looking to day trade this one. I know there's definitely some big support around 1.5, which, you know, could be acting as a resistance now. So let's think what we're going to be doing. Paul Smith, that's a good question. It really depends on your trading style. If you're really quick, like Ross Cameron, I think you have to go with kind of a direct broker. But I think I'm still a little bit slower. In TD Ameritrade, when it's working, is enough for me. But there's times where I start getting a little scalpy, and then I start tripping over myself at TOS. And you guys see it all the time. I get alert messages. I get like other things that are just very annoying. Sometimes TOS literally crashes because this order book you can't use to move up and down your limit orders anymore until otherwise gives you an error message. So it's just like there's tons of things with that TD Ameritrade ThinkorSwim platform. Doesn't really let you do if you want to go full scalp mode. So if you're a little bit longer, like if you're planning to hold every trade like an hour or something like that, I don't think you need a direct access broker. But I think if you're doing like, you know, those 30-second trades, 15-second trades, direct access broker has like massive benefits. All right, guys, good luck, everyone. 40 seconds here. Let's I got CBAT here. Actually, I'm gonna put SGBX here, and I got a CBAT on my second screen. Both of these, I would rather see a pullback before I entered them. So both of these, I'm gonna have 1,000 ready to go, and both of them I'm looking for a pullback. SGBX, maybe like a 6% pullback or so. I don't know, 2.5 is big support, so anything that 2.5 is, I would probably consider buying. That might be a little bit too big of a dip, though. We'll see what happens. Whew. All right, guys, good luck. CBAT 3.5, let's go. CBAT pulling back. SGBX pulling back. Markets are red, guys. Markets are red. NASDAQ neutral, though. SGBX has huge support like 280.80. CBAT, big support around 3. I'd probably look for a dip by around 3 if that's possible. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I think there's big support around 3 on CBAT. CBAT breaking higher here, testing 373. We're in that critical zone we were talking about before, 3.76 to like 3.9. Can we break above that point? That's the big question mark right now. SGBX selling off. I'd probably look to buy SGBX in the 60s. It'd be about 10% down. SGBX still selling off here at 62. Possible entry at 63. CBAT selling off as well. Went down to, looks like 68, so I might have just missed this one, or like 65 or so. Removing my limit order for now. Not crazy about a lot of these setups. CBAT here at 327 could actually be a nice setup. I would still rather wait for CBAT to go a little bit into the teens maybe. What I know for sure, CBAT around 317 is a bit more interesting to me. All right, CBAT here. Buying a little bit more. I'm going to switch my screen when I can. See if we can take some profits on CBAT. Was not able to take profits. Still selling off this one. Possible entry here at 307. Secondary fill. Just had a second fill on CBAT. Small size though. Trying to close this position now. There's one of those TOS issues I was just talking about. All right, we're out of this position on CBAT. I think we made like 20 cents a share on that one. Not too bad. Fairly predictable play. I think we walked through that one pretty straightforward. Let's keep looking here. I'm going to switch back my screen to SGBX. Let's keep going, guys. Could have probably won bigger size on it, but at the same time, I didn't get that second fill, right? You guys saw that limit order. I probably could have been a little bit more aggressive, but totally fine. That was the first trade on a stock that's kind of falling really, really hard right now. You don't know if it's going to get halted on the way down, so you have to manage your risk, and sometimes the easiest way to manage your risk is reduce your position size. Ricky, I bought CBAT because that was a red to green move, a typical play that we trade quite often. And I was looking for the retest of VWAP or the 9 EMA. It was going a little bit slower than I would have hoped for it, so I took profits a little bit before then. But we did get that nice spike, and right now it did move back down, but it's actually holding the highs pretty well here at $3. So let's see what happens. PPSI, Mike calls out. Clean move. 60. Small cap, not sure why it's up though. Don't see any catalyst for this one. Pioneer Power Solutions, probably a sympathy play. Could be some big support right around here. This could be a great entry around 216. Just don't know anything about this ticker yet. I would enter this ticker right here if I knew a bit more about it. Kind of choppy open there. Looks good though. Nice move here. Good call on PPSI. If you guys call out a ticker like that, it would be super helpful to throw a catalyst in there, or maybe add their float or something like that. Catalyst and float would probably be the best too. That way we could jump on them a little bit quicker, but I don't see PPSI with catalyst right now. CLSK, did CLSK offer to buy these, Mike? PPSI. Nice move though. Would have definitely traded that one. Really nice 9 EMA pullback. Really solid 4% pop though. CBAT pulling back, guys, again. Right now it's at 311. Sorry about that. Had a low though of almost 304 or something like that. Remember, PPSI only has $2.7 million volume. It's typically much lower than I'm looking for. I'm usually looking for only stocks over $10 million volume. JETATT, STND, all tickers I'd probably look at. CBAT and SGBX are really the ones we should be focused on right now. Those are the two lead gappers right now with clear volume winners, specifically CBAT. There's really not a lot of purpose to look at other things right now. Trade the volume, guys. What does Ross say? Where there's volatility, there's opportunity, or something like that. It's true. It's absolutely true. TATT had a nice late rally, coming back to some bigger support here. Would probably consider buying this one on a break of 6. Good quarterly results with a 3.4 million float. This thing has a lot of spike ability. What is CBAT doing, guys? What is it doing? It's a heck of a ticker to watch. A lot of stuff pulling back here, a little bit tricky to trade. Yeah, Steven, it's a lot of the CBAT was pre-market activity. I mean, it's such a strong pre-market run. I'm not surprised it's been selling off. This is a bit of a bear flag here, guys. I'd be a bit careful. Maybe it will come back to VWAP, but I'm not going to be trading this possible break of the 9 EMA. Too much risk on this one. Possible next entry on it, though, I'd probably argue a little bit closer to like 2.7, 2.8 maybe, I don't know. Nice PPSI quick breakout. Yeah, that was a kind of a nice move. I was really kind of thinking about PPSI, but Didn't like that. I was super unaware of what was going on with that ticker. But technicals, that was like a perfect setup. Tesla back over 400. Yeah, really? Whew, crazy. CBAT pulling off, guys. Selling off. I meant not pulling off. That doesn't even make sense. If you guys are new here, don't forget to subscribe. We come out with a recap video later today about all our trades and upcoming swing trades. So definitely don't forget to subscribe if you guys are new here. And if you guys are liking the content, don't forget to drop a like. Let's keep going. Let's keep focused here on CBAT. I think this is probably the main one I want to be watching. And I think most traders are watching as well. Markets are pretty much neutral today, so that's usually a breeding ground for small caps. We're getting super close to the 10K sub mark. Think about it. This is your one opportunity to get in before 10K breaks. I still got to think about what we're going to do for the 10K. That's going to be interesting. CBAT really trying hard here to break back to the upside. Man, oh man, this thing might see VWAP any second. Let's see what happens. 319 just broke. Like nothing. I don't think I can get long on this one. To me it was a really good run it had. Right now it's below the 9 EMA. It's been having lower and lower highs. I don't know. It could easily break VWAP. I just don't know if that would hold. I don't know if this is a trade for me. $700 for 10K. 70, yeah. JE sub dollar. It's typically why I don't really touch those too much. A really nice bounce off of 0.6. Really sweet there. Nice bounce here, SGBX off of 2.5. Congrats to anyone that went long on that one. Dollar Mutual acquired, STND. Yeah, nice move on GNUS. Kind of a late morning start. These sometimes typically have really solid runs because they're not fully priced in yet. So not sure what's going on here with this one. Brands cartoon channel to be available on Samsung Smart TVs. No terms to close. Deal with Samsung. Always nice to see those bigger moves. Guys, CBAT selling off. Stay focused. 2.8, that's a critical zone we were just talking about. That's a big move down. This might get halted here, guys. That was an absolutely wicked flush. Down at 75, this is just selling off really strong right here. This might get halted any moment. I'm not entering this one because of the halt potential. It almost feels like there's some bad news coming out about this one or something. This is a great dip buy area. This is an 18% drop. I have no idea why this thing fell off a cliff so much. Don't see any news coming out. No idea what's going on with this one. Just watch out, guys. Not all drops are created equal. Back above 270. I mean, this should bounce really hard right here. No idea why it sold. I don't know why it didn't get halted. I don't get that. Why did it not get halted? $265, 260 is about to break. This is vicious. Always be careful when there's something going on that you can't fully wrap your mind around. And this is a little bit one of those situations. 256 is tremendous support here. Possible starter size. Was waiting for news to come out. Didn't get any. It's 9:46 a.m. Eastern Standard Time right now. This is a vicious dip. This should have a really strong bounce, but the fact that it didn't, in fact that it pulled back 18-20%, didn't get halted, there's a lot of question marks about this move right now, and that's why I'm not touching it. I think that's also why other people are leaving it alone as well. Let's see here. I mean, this should easily bounce to like 2.8, but it's not. Boom, selling off again. TAT, back also selling off here. Markets are all down exactly 0.18% for a second. I don't know if you guys saw that. It looks super funny. 250 getting chipped away again. Oh my God, this thing just keeps on selling off. This is ridiculous. What kind of drop was that? Yeah, we'll be going over swings a bit later. Can't get enough of it. I think CBAT might have found a bit of a bottom here around 46, low 50s. I'm not sure if I want to trade it just yet. I don't get why it was halted. I would have actually wanted this one to get halted. That was a, let's see, in 4 minutes we dropped 22% in 4 minutes. TAT selling off as well. $570, bigger support on it. $9:48 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's crazy, huh? Last 2 days we were a little bit spoiled. Today, almost all the trading, all the upside happened pre-market, and so far it's just been selling off. I didn't get crazy aggressive pre-market. Well, actually, that's not true. SGBX, I actually did trade quite a bit, but could have easily been much more. CBAT having its kind of first 20 cents a share bounce, roughly. That was insane. Uh-oh, my beard's slowly getting to the length again where it's a little bit too fun to a little bit fun to play with. It's dangerous. On the live streams, I just play with it the whole time. Corey says SGBX, possible double bottom here. Let me pull it up. Husky, man. It's not what I want to hear. Well, it looks like I did find some support here at 2.5, but yeah, that was a big dip. Good call on SGBX. Also, sell volume on SGBX is kind of dying here. That's technically a bullish sign. And with each sell volume, it's actually gone down less and less. That's also a very good sign. This could easily break back to VWAP here, SGBX. It's right around 950 right now. Sometimes we see stocks that kind of hold their bottoms, hold their lows a little bit, or kind of hold their, I guess you could argue, highs. And then start making some moves higher. So SGBX could be seeing that VWAP really soon. $8 million float, U.S. metal fabrication company. They're bringing coronavirus testing kits to airports, so that's really nice. This one's a big bounce off the lows. I'd be very quick with this ticker. I wouldn't be surprised if it flushed once it touched VWAP. So that's something to keep in mind. CBAT back at 266. That was, I just can't get over how ferocious that was. Good call, Corey, on SGBX. So far, so good. I would have liked to take profits in this area, to be honest. I don't know if I'm going to buy this. A lot of traders are going to be looking for something. Guys, XPEV below 17.29. That was the ticker we've been waiting for. Yes, TA, big line is VWAP. I don't know if anyone else caught it. I don't think I can get along this one anymore. That was the move. Freaky Friday. It's definitely a bit of a Freaky Friday, Tristan. I like that alliteration. That's perfect. Nice 2.8 pullback. I mean, that pullback was just about perfect. 12% move already. Somehow I didn't have it in me to buy that one. And Jonathan, probably not the worst idea, but congrats on the move. CBAT, man, I had higher hopes for this one. I thought it was going to pull back. I wasn't surprised on the red to green potential, but that 22% dip was almost historic. Yeah, that sounds a little bit weird, TA. Do you have 2 for standard deviation on VWAP, or what's your VWAP based off of? Your CBAT just pulled back to 2.5. I'm not totally sure. I was actually looking for that this morning and I didn't see it It wasn't listed here. So CBAT, you usually see if it's hard to borrow, easy to borrow, whatnot. And if you go to SGBX, it shows hard to borrow, but it doesn't show that on CBAT. So it's a little bit weird. No comment really, I guess. I don't know. CBAT pulling back again, back at, oh man, now 230. Whew. Hoi, oi, oi. Typically, this is a nice looking pullback in terms of something I'd want to buy. But I'm a little freaked out with this ticker, to be honest. So I'm not trying to jump on it. SGBX really stepping up its game here ever since CBAT fell off a cliff. VWAP 14. Yeah, I'm not sure about that, TA. IPOB. CBAT just literally doesn't stop selling off. This is a really big dip on CBAT. Haven't seen this in a little bit. 38% sell off already. This is kind of around the areas it sold off before. I think the first big sell off on CBAT pre-market was 30 something, 32%. So this one's even stronger. And then had another 32% sell off. Oh man, SGBX guys, this one's looking really good. Somehow I wasn't able to get myself to trade this one, but we're technically above VWAP. This thing's looking pretty healthy. It's getting some more volume here, so could totally be back into play. Usually 4% is my stop, TA. Husky man, sorry to hear that, man. Auto filter, genius. What TV shows do I watch? Like series? It's a really random question. There's a good one I'm thinking about, but I can't think of the name right now, that I watched not too long ago, a couple of months back. Can't remember the name. When CBAT drops like this, I don't know. I kind of feel like there's maybe some institutional selling going on, maybe some dilution going on that I didn't look up. So that's kind of what I feel. CBAT, let's go to, if you go to otcmarkets.com or BAM SEC, BAM SEC, that's usually a nice one too. They always make you pay when you go too far down. So that's why I use OTC markets. And if we just type in CBAT, let's see what kind of stuffs we find. So let's see if my current streaming setup with the no 4K anymore can handle a little bit more volume. Let me open here Firefox and see if anything crashes. Okay, what kind of spikes are we about to get here? CPU spikes are about to probably pop in. OTC markets. CBAT. Look at that, CBAT selling off again. This thing is insane. I feel like honestly CBAT could be a potentially good dip buy in this area because the sell volume has kind of slowed down a little bit. I don't know. Let's just open their 10Q quickly here. Am I spelling warrants wrong here? Can I not spell exercise? No, that's right, exercise, right? Yeah, I was like, hold on. Okay, so there's no warrants with exercise prices on their 10Q. That's actually quite impressive. I was gonna expect a lot of dilution going on here. Cash flows. I can't even show it as an example because I can't find it. Usually you can find some exercise prices. It does seem like this one would have had some sort of dilution. No recent offering that I can see. Well, okay. So maybe it's not as shady. I have no idea, guys, why it's selling off so much. Sometimes, you know, there could just be an insider, you know, selling. There could just be a large position offloading. To me, this looks like some sort of financing, some fund that had, you know, basically had to wait for an exercise price of, let's say, like 3.4 or something like that, and they've just been, you know, just dumping a ridiculous amount of shares. I couldn't say. This is a huge sell-off. I also don't know why CBAT didn't get halted. So kind of weird. Yeah. That's actually so funny you say that. I was just thinking in my mind, SMIL, these Chinese companies most of the time are risky. Literally, and that's exactly what I was stating pre-market. Chinese company, like, it's not that I have anything specifically against a company from China, but every time we day trade these small cap Chinese companies, I feel like my read on them is very off. Sometimes they're not required to post certain financial information. There probably is some shady financing going on here. We just can't find it. It's just not your standard play. And even the fact that I couldn't find the catalyst about it this morning was already a red flag alone. So when you have so many red flags and you don't understand the ticker, sometimes it's just best to leave it alone. Yeah, I mean, there's no reason to trust something that you can't fully wrap your mind around. I mean, I always try to give them the benefit of the doubt, but it's just like constantly we're getting crazy weird moves that I just can't really fully wrap my head around. So I don't know. I'm usually a little bit more at bay with these Chinese tickers. Couple of Chinese dudes waiting to pump their shares. Well, this is a little bit unfortunate. I was kind of excited for today. I thought we were going to see a little bit more continuation, but sometimes the third day of, like, let's say, you know, Wednesday we had good momentum, Thursday we had good momentum. Sometimes it's always like that third day where there's like a pivot in the momentum. So it looks like that's what we're seeing here a little bit. GNUS, you know, made a bit of a move here. Really nice pullback to the 9 EMA. Congrats to you guys trading GNUS. I know there's a few of you guys in the chat room. I probably didn't give this one enough attention. I was really focused on our lead gappers, but this one actually shined quite a bit. It's only 10:05, guys, and I feel like we're already done day trading. That's a Friday. That's like just a classic Friday. Yeah, I typically only trade the 1 minute. I use the 5 minute for the setups. There is no 1 second on TOS. You have the tick chart, but I'm not crazy about the tick chart because it levels out the volume, so you can no longer use volume, right? Because it's how many ticks. So this one's 133 ticks is a candle. So if we go to this one, you guys will see what I mean. Sometimes it looks cool, but at the same time, it's also just like very hectic. And sometimes the tick chart just kind of psychs me out a little bit too much because like a few things kind of stop making sense a little bit here and different sell and buy signals. But you know, sometimes you look at it and you're like, wow, you know, it looks so clean, like maybe I should have done it today. But then other times it's an absolute disaster, so I just tend to avoid it. I like to have a little bit more consistency across everything that I do. So yeah. That's a good question. NCY. There's always like each letter usually represents something. I don't know what a combination of letters would represent. I don't have an answer to that, Abdul, but like if there's a fifth letter and it's a W, that means they have warrants. If there's a fifth letter and it's an F, it's a foreign company. I don't know what Y would stand for. Tesla battle for 4. And I don't know why we'll go from LK to LKNCY in the breakout chart. They went OTC. That makes a lot of sense. So they were dropped from, were they on NASDAQ? Okay. Not really stoked about what we're seeing, guys. Abdul, let us know what you find out. I'd be interested to hear. GNUS really kind of showing some promise here. TAT had one solid bounce off the support zone and then absolutely just crushed through it. Let's quickly look through the gapper list. Let's see what's going on here. Most things are on this list are actually up quite a bit. Does that mean my GE trade is finally up for like the first time? My God. Talk about buying too soon. Went up a little bit, better than going down. $6. Like I'm really kind of debating on how I want to treat it if it goes below 6. All right. SYPR, Tristan says. I think my average on GE is like 8 point, wait, hold on. What's the price of, it's either 8 or 6. So a GE, okay, so this, no, it's like 6.6 something. So we're down like 60 cents a share. So like getting close to that 10% mark. Actually, yeah. Just about. Something like that. We could talk about it later. Well, let's do some quick little lookups here on SYPR. I mean, it's up 60%, so that's kind of interesting. Kind of a little bit of late ticker. Looks like they have 21 million shares outstanding. If I go on FinViz, looks like their float here is roughly 10 million. So that's a nice float. It's a USA auto parts company. Not exactly a current hot, well, kind of hot sector. So they got multiple defense contracts awards. That sounds pretty good. Mission to supply mission critical electronic assemblies. Yeah, that sounds pretty straightforward. Let's go here to the daily chart on SYPR. Looks like these guys are no foreigners to gaps at all. 125. It's kind of like this $1.25 zone. Seems really, really important. I would say there's some sort of support here at like 160. Kind of seems like something we should maybe mark. Again here at like 108. Some resistance. I think the all-time high was roughly here at 215, give or take. Let's quickly go to the max. Let me get the full story on SYPR, the full long-term story. We're still kind of overshadowed by these engulfing candles, and oftentimes SYPR does not hold the high. So it looks like there's a lot of anticipation for this move. We had a big breakout, and then on here the sell volume was dying, so that's actually quite a bullish sign. I'd probably look for SYPR to maybe even make some sort of continuation. It might take a little bit longer though. I don't know if it's going to happen today. Doesn't have that much volume today, unfortunately. Maybe this is going to be a bit more of a late day kind of runner. Over $10 million volume. (10:13 a.m. Eastern Standard Time). Oh man, everything's just kind of slipping, sliding along here without any like amazing results. But hey, like Tristan says, Freaky Friday. Calm down, that is just so weird. I would probably do a small position on SYPR closer to the 115 zone that we were talking about. Actually 125, not 115. We've already identified that being a critical area. This thing is selling off. We have the 90 EMA, a bit of support coming in there. I don't think I would do a big position size, maybe like 2,000 shares or so, but there could be a little bit of potential here on this ticker. Kingship, you're probably right on that. Everyone decided to call it we can count their money from SBI. That's funny. Big buy volume there. Only $18 million volume on SYPR, very, very low, and it's selling off even more. Really, that was that one big run. Maybe we're going to see a really, really nice move a little bit later in the day today, but I'll be offline by then. 137, what's it going to take? What's going to happen? Harley, it was definitely the day for the breakfast on the beach because the open, there was just a lot of selling volume. Easy to get stuck in a bad trade, I would say. Red to green moves pretty much all failed, so nothing really too interesting. CBAT kind of still pulling back. I'd be careful buying here on the 136. I feel like it's going to break right through that. Boom, there it goes. All right, I got an eye on SYPR, my second chart now. Typically, companies don't want to put out news catalysts on a Friday because news dies fairly quickly in the market. So everyone's going to forget about it over the weekend. They're going to be looking for what's hot on Monday, right? So the chance of your stock running up or maybe having a multi-day run or stuff like that basically just drops significantly. So that's why you usually don't see too many good hot stocks on a Friday. And if you do see one, it's usually like one that's just absolutely going crazy. So it's a bit of always a question mark. It's not as consistent on Fridays. It's not one of your classic hot days. SGBX kind of finding a little bit of a bottom here. No, looks like it's going to break here on the 90 EMA. 244 is probably going to break through here. Yeah, exactly. Bad news Friday afternoon, good news Monday mornings. SGBX really, really trying. Has very low volume right now, but it could be a move here. I'm still watching SYPR on my second screen. Oops. RKT moving higher. Just really thinking about holding that one a little bit longer. I mean, technically it was supposed to be a swing trade. Oh yeah, nice there. Back at 2094. Classic move here. If we go to the 4 hour quickly, see this one a little bit better. Yep. 7% bounce so far. RKT, I really wanted to pick some up. I was thinking, okay, well, if we, break back below 20, I'm going to probably start accumulating. And then I was thinking maybe we're going to see the 18s. So I didn't buy. Oh, man, this looks like it could be like a big miss, kind of like Sono. So I might actually end up going long RKT at one point. A bit of more of a day trading day anyway for these kind of companies. I might be done with day trading for today, guys. I really don't see a move that's getting me too excited. I really thought that SGBX might be one of those plays for a second, but I don't know. Selling off now again. Doesn't really make me super excited. LTRX, ESMO. I don't know. I'm looking it up right now. Communication equipment company. Wow, it's a pretty small cap, huh? Had a nice big volume breakout. 50 million float, LTRX. They went down when earnings came out, but not too far down. SYPR could be a good buy coming up here. Still watching this one a little bit. It's hard to say with LTRX. We could look into it a little bit more. I'd be kind of nervous. There's a bit of a head and shoulders maybe forming. It's really tough call. 5.5 would be the place to, would be possible upside though. SYPR moving into the 125 zone we were talking about before. Maybe it's even going to dip 125. So many tickers just selling off. A lot of green today in the market overall. I gotta say I'm quite impressed. CBAT under 2, yikes, that's crazy. Bit of a bounce here off of $2 though. I can't believe it actually made it all the way to 2. That was a kind of one of those zones we were talking about for quite some time. SYPR guys trying to break $1 here. I mean 125. Hit 125, up around 4% right now. That was actually a good move. I was waiting for like 123, maybe even a quick little dip of that zone. We didn't really get it. If you're patient, you can get these nice little moves. They're not crazy, but they're nice and good risk reward. All right, DMC, take care, man. See you next time. Happy to have you here, like always. Have a good weekend. You made 200% now. That's really, really good, man. Congrats. Nice one, Jay. Why did I just not trade SYPR? Why did I just not do that? This thing might have a quick retest and then come back up. Another 3 minutes till 5-minute candle starts, but kind of a bigger sell-off now. Still on the way down. At best, this would be a backside retracement. Yeah, dual. That's a super right way to put it. I think if I made 200% on a ticker that I'm day trading, you know that I probably got stuck in so many halts that I wasn't able to sell my size. I'm watching SYPR right now, a little bit in awe, thinking like, how is this one just kind of, how did I miss this one? You know, it's like a perfect little bouncy ball kind of bounce right there off a critical area we were mentioning multiple times already. BRQS. I see it here, $2.3 million volume, super, super light, but it's kind of popping up now here for the first time. 1.7 is bigger multi-day resistance. No catalyst that I see. Could be a short squeeze. Somebody might have just got liquidated. Wow, SYPR, man. That is some dry stuff. Not too bad of a move here with SYPR. I mean, it would have been nice to take profits on that one. Now I'm kind of thinking like maybe I can get another one, but no longer really doing what I would have wanted. I don't know, maybe around 1.2 or 113 could be reversal spots, but I think I missed my opportunity on SYPR, and I think I just got to accept that. BRQS, I don't know, no catalyst. It is moving up higher though, light volume. Not crazy about it. It's past 10:30. I don't really see any opportunities. I don't mind trading past 10:30, but I really need to see opportunities, and I feel like right now I'd be probably forcing a lot of stuff. So I don't think I'm going to be jumping on anything. CBAT, just such a vicious sell-off. I probably wouldn't touch this one if I was wanting to till about like 173. Kind of looks like 173 to like 169, something like that. There could be some really big support on CBAT. I mean, this thing already sold off so much that I don't know how much lower it can go. I mean, that's literally like a 50+% sell-off right here. Obviously, the stock can go much, much lower. It could go to zero. But at the same time, there's usually big bounces along the way, as you see here. Nice bounce, nice bounce. We traded this one. This was our biggest winner of the day. Actually, didn't feel comfortable trading it here. I missed this one. I should have not missed that one, but I don't know. CBAT, not really anything too interesting. SYPR, come on. What's it going to be? Right now, trying to break that 126, 125 zone. This is an unlimited account, margin account. Alex, remember IMRN June 9th defense contracts for Molly. I did think I'll go ahead and write that down. IMRN. Are you going to be holding for the defense contracts? Yeah, it's pretty much same here, man, Corey. Pat said, hey, Alex. Well. All right, guys, let's go ahead and wrap it up for the day trading here before I do something silly. We're wrapping up today with $229 profit, primarily off of CBAT and SGBX coming in second. SGBX was quite the roller coaster this morning. You guys probably remember when we talked about that very quickly. But if not, it's going to be in the recap video. Actually, guys, what was I going to say? I was gonna say let's combine like the recap, but then I was like, no, there's other things I want to be focusing on the recap. Okay, so let's talk about the large caps and possible swing trades. I don't really think there's too much to talk about today. I think if anything, let's probably wrap up today a little bit early, get to the weekend a little bit sooner. Why not? Because it's not a hot day. There's Fridays and there's other days we can go longer. And we'll enjoy those days even more when we wrap up sometimes a little bit early. We don't have to stretch every day. So yeah, wrapping up here with a nice little bit of profit. Take care, Corey. Don't forget to drop a like, guys. If you're rolling out, don't forget to drop a like on the way out. I really, really do appreciate the likes. It's the easiest way to support the channel. It means a lot to me. And if you're totally new, consider subscribing. I wonder how many subscribers are in here compared to non-subscribers. I'm generally curious about that. Yeah, Alex is dismissing us early Friday. If there's any swing trades you guys want me to look at, let me know. You guys we can talk about them while other people are getting out of class early. But I think we review these swing trades so much that I don't think there's really anything specific to really talk about. I was looking at them pre-market, and there's nothing really on my mind that I feel like I want to go over. All right. I'm a subscriber. Okay, so let's pull up TUP. I think we did touch that one as a day trade. RKT, let's check this one out. Let's actually go to the 4 hour on these tickers. Look at CBAT all the way here to $2, guys. This could be a really good support zone for a lot of these tickers. KCAC, that's definitely a ticker I want to talk about. You know, like I said before, RKT, I really wanted to buy back on a break of 19 because I was like, well, you know, this was a pretty big dip. Maybe we're going to see one more attempt here. Maybe I was a little bit too cautious on that. Maybe I should have just, you know, bought back as we were approaching 20, basically got my same cost average, but, you know, looking for round 2. I think that would have probably been a good idea. I think RKT is an excellent trade, and honestly, it kind of reminds me here a little bit of Sono. If you just look at the Sono, I did the same thing. I took my profits here. I wanted to buy back on a pullback, and guess what? I missed my pullback setup, and then I missed this whole entire 20% run up. And right now, RKT, I'm literally having flashbacks where, you know, I bought the pullback and I sold here on the retest, and I didn't buy this pullback, and now it's running up here. So I don't know, RKT, if we have some sort of move in the afternoon to the downside or something like that, I don't really want to buy here at 21. I'd feel a little bit ridiculous, but if we have a move down on RKT, I think I would go long it. It's hard for me to say for sure. KCAC, similar situation. You know, we had a bigger dip here. Now we're bouncing. I still kind of feel like I want to wait this one out just a tad bit. But at the same time, I feel like maybe I'm being too cautious here. Maybe I want to get long already. KVAC. You know, we're at IPO prices, guys. These are great buying opportunities, and these are opportunities we've been waiting for a really, really long time. I don't want to get too conservative. I miss a lot of entries when I'm too conservative. So, I don't know, guys. I really do think right now it's swing trade season. I think right now it's perfect time to enter a lot of tickers you've been wanting to enter. Maybe it's going to go down another 5%. Maybe it's even going to go another 10%. But I think, you know, starting with starter sizes right now would not be a bad idea. ADT, you know, found a bit of a bottom here around $8. I'm looking for this one to crack back to the upside. This one, unfortunately, I think I'm down the most on ADT. No, that's not true. GE, I'm down the most. I'm down $72 on ADT, average price of 8.567. You know, this one, we had the big breakout here with the Google merger, or not merger, but Google buying ownership into ADT. I think it was like 9% or something like that, or no, 6.6% stake. And we're literally back at those prices. So it's like, I feel like ADT is a really good value right now. I don't know. And where there's huge support here at $8, we've had many tops, many breakouts, many reversals in this zone, and we're approaching it from the top. If anything, I'm convincing myself to buy more ADT right now. So I got to stop, but I like it. Oh yeah, LTRX, I remember we were talking about this before, but like I said, I don't know much about this ticker. It is on a nice little upwards trend right now. Finding some support here on the 9 EMA. I'm a little bit nervous that maybe there's a lot of sellers up here. We had some blow off tops. I don't know. I don't know enough about this company, and usually when I'm swing trading, I want to be fairly sure about the company itself, and I just feel like I'm not totally sure about this company. So if you're doing your due diligence on this ticker, and you feel like it has upside potential, I would probably go for it because it's still in a very strong upwards trend. It's not showing signs of reversing necessarily just yet. Had a big volume breakout here. I don't know. I think LTRX could be really kind of interesting. So what am I trying to get out of ADT? I'm trying to get a move back to $10 where the 180 simple moving average is. Which has acted as support in the past, so will probably act as resistance now. That's kind of what I'm looking for. I already have an ideal sell limit order here at 978. Workhorse. You guys know I don't really like talking about Workhorse because I'm typically over pessimistic about this ticker. It's up too much for me. All EV companies are up too much for me, so I'm also like totally biased on it. So I don't even feel like I should be commenting on it. I gotta say it had an almost perfect bounce off of $20. So I should have had a limit order around like 2063 or something like that. I usually do have limit orders in those areas, especially because right here at 2055 there was a big bounce. So yeah, WKHS guys, if you traded this one off of 20, congrats to you. That was an awesome trade. I'd be very careful here because right now we had many tops at 25. And guess what? We also had support here. I'd be very careful at 25. There's not a lot of volume here. EV is overvalued. I personally, if I was long at 20, I would be closing out for sure at 25. So that's my play. I also close out my positions usually way too early, so it is what it is. I don't know. Cyrus, nice, new subscriber. Happy to have you here, man. Tell all your friends to get in before 10K. And let me know if you guys want to see anything special on the channel. I want to add a few more like community things to this channel that I'm going to be working on when I'm back at home. Right now on the trip, it's a little bit harder to do that. I also want the new laptop for a lot of stuff I want to be adding in the future. Let's see. Oh, SHLL, man. This one is just, you know, kind of, I feel SHLL and Workhorse, I feel kind of the same about. Could have been great dip buys. To me, too high. I couldn't buy this one in this area, so it's probably no buy for me. Right now, it's trending below the 9 EMA. Be a little bit careful with that. Always a big red flag. SPI, I don't really see myself touching SPI. But hey guys, huge bounce there off of $9, really cool. But that was actually the lowest spot we thought that it might bounce off of. And guess what? It came all the way down here to like 887 and then had a phenomenal move. So really kind of a good setup, good potential setup here, up already 30%. So we could have probably slayed this little setup here. Started accumulating down here. Yeah, it could have been good. I don't know. SPI, there we go. So I get a little bit worried about tickers like this because sometimes they come up with offerings and they literally go back to where they came from like in the next 2-3 days. So I have a hard time sometimes getting long those. You get sometimes these really nice like little bounces with almost no volume, and you could, you know, be making 30% right there. But you know, I'm thinking like if I had $1 million and I was putting like allocating, you know, 5 to 10% per trade, would I put $50,000 in like this kind of setup? Yes and no. I don't know. It depends. Like, it depends on a few things, but I don't know. It's hard to get behind those sometimes. Just a lot of resistance. SPE, Switchback Energy Acquisition. I don't know anything about this company, but if it's really an energy stock, we know how these been flying lately. Looks like not too long ago, this one had a really good move on the 17th, so last week. I'd be a little bit worried with that pullback here. That's a bit of a whack move. 14 some resistance, maybe 15. Who knows? This thing could just be getting ready for a big move. SPE right now it's on a clear upside trend. Sell volume was lighter. The pullback was really kind of insane, but this is kind of interesting. SPE. I would like to learn more about this company beforehand, but this is pretty sweet for sure. This could keep going up. Right now it's clearly looking like an upwards trend. I just don't know enough about it. GNUS red to green. Yeah, it's almost green on the day. It would need to break. It opened here at 126, so it would need to break, obviously, 126. So it was trying for that red to green, but didn't try long enough, I guess. CMCSA. CMCSA. Ooh, that got me good. Why is there an A on the back? No, I have not really, to be honest. I had a huge dip during Corona and they really got it all back. It looks like maybe their true evaluation is definitely somewhere in this area. I'd be a little curious to think, you know, how Comcast is going to be doing with stuff like Starlink and, you know, more streaming things. I don't know enough about this company. I would really have to check it out. Looks like they got even an increased price target. I mean, clearly people are very bullish on this thing, on this ticker. More bullish than I would be off the back. Sometimes those boring companies that you kind of forget about really outperform, especially in a bear market. So CMCSA might be one of those perfect companies to, you know, hold on a bear market. I wouldn't want to buy them at 47. I'd probably wait for a little bit more of a pullback, maybe to this 180-day moving average, maybe to 42 or something like that, or just buy them on any one of these dips. The next one could be around like 45 or so. I wouldn't buy them like, let's say 47, unless they had like a wicked breakout here and then they were pulling back to 47. But yeah, it could be an interesting play. JETS, yeah, that's a ticker I really want to get long on here. JETS. Can we get over 50 likes? We are over 50 likes. Let me just refresh the page. Okay, I just refreshed. We're at 68 likes. Thanks for all the likes, guys. Look at us, we're slamming here. All right, let's go back here. Let's talk about like one or two more tickers, and then let's go ahead and wrap it up. JETS, yeah, you know, I would like to see one more pullback on this one. I want like some freaking article to come out where like Corona is, you know, I don't know, wave 2 is worse than we expect. I mean, obviously, I don't really want that, right? I don't necessarily want anything to get worse, but I'm just saying, if an article like that, I feel like that's what I'm waiting for Jets. I feel like we have a little bit more downside. I feel like we can break 16 and get into the 15s, and then I'm going to be jumping on JETS. And then I'm going to just start accumulating. I don't really see myself selling this one. I would honestly hold this one for weeks and months. So JETS, I already have a limit order here at like 15.6, and then 15.57 actually, and then I'd be all about it. Not gonna, TA says not gonna happen, bailouts coming next week. We'll see. Pull a Ross and cancel the stream. Yeah, instead of 5K likes, it'll be like, can we hit 50? But hey, you gotta start somewhere, I guess. 50 subs left. Woo, that's crazy. I should probably make a list of like 10 things I want to do for breaking 10K subs. And then we can, over the next course, and then over the course of the next 30 days or so, or before the end of the year, we execute that. I think that'd be a really good thing. I don't know if it's possible your audio and your daily video, my recap videos, or just like this one, Bren. Your daily videos massive. That goes in. Yeah, it's weird. I'm actually not sure about that. Ooh, are you talking about the intro? Because that that's probably because I recorded from my phone, which doesn't have as good as a mic. Right now I'm using the Jetty Blue mic, and it's really, really good. One free stock for everyone. I think we could find the proper penny stock for that. Although transferring stocks sounds a bit like a nightmare. Who's the surfer girl that took the pics with you? She's my girlfriend. She's hiding in the background. Maybe she'll make an appearance one day. AMZN. I don't know if I'll ever make my money back. One free Amazon stock for everyone. Since May? I'm not totally sure, but probably the bulk of my subscribers, because I think we broke 2,000 like in February or something, or March. So it's been a big run ever since then. Everyone gets Steinmark. Smart. We'll see. It's been exponential rise. It's been a good year in terms of growth for sure. SMRT, Steinmark, look at this one, liquidation 824. Ay. Doesn't even load on my chart. That it just says liquidation. That sounds really bad. CBAT coming back up here. Yo, yeah, big bounce off of 2. Hey, that's a 15% move already off of 2. That's pretty sweet. Subscriber bubble. Oh god, I think if there was a subscriber bubble, it would have popped in September, because September has been a very slow month for my channel. You need to stay on your brother too, shout you as well. Ah, you found me from Heiko's videos. That's really funny. Heiko's got some awesome stuff. If anyone hasn't checked him out, check out South Florida Fishing Channel. That's my brother. Oh, Brent says pump more videos. I already make 11 videos a week. I honestly don't know if I could do any more. I do like want to do more swing trade videos. I enjoy doing them as well. But yeah, man, I also don't want to, I want to make them good quality, so gotta. Bro. No, I don't. I pretty much never use the word bro. I find it almost offensive. I don't know, where I'm from in Florida, you don't say really bro to somebody unless like it's a negative word, let's just say. Don't underestimate the YouTube game in front of a cam. I'm not totally sure what that means, but I'll take it. Why? It's very urban. I don't know if I can even properly explain it. It's a bit like I don't know, oxymoron or something. I don't know. There's a word probably to describe it. Did you try to post the link, Michael, or something? Potatoes, bro. Yeah, I think that's a little bit too semantics to me. It just kind of like depends how you pronounce it. I would never say bro to somebody unless I was, actually I just wouldn't say it, to be honest, period. SYPR, guys, moving back up above 125. What kind of swing trades are we currently holding? Let's see. I was actually just about to wrap it up here, but I don't know. What are we holding? Let's go to... So it looks like we're holding ADT and GE right now. Those are the two tickers we just reviewed. Those are two swing trades at the moment. But yeah, not really holding that much, really looking to start accumulating a little bit more. That's really that kind of the purpose. Nice move on SYPR, huh? And then go full Tesla mode, Paul. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, Brian, that's definitely a good idea. I'll definitely think about that a little bit more, and probably scale that direction. SYPR having a perfect support pullback right now. Yeah, so day trading is fairly niche, but a lot of people are always looking at swings and whatnot. I think that's a good idea. I came here to retire at 35. Definitely possible. Yeah, having multiple seasons is nice. All right, guys, let's go ahead and wrap it up here. I think it's good time to wrap it up. Trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to really say. I'm not totally sure. I think this weekend I'm gonna maybe come out with a video, something related to the 10K. I want to do something for that. I haven't fully decided what, so I'm still running through some ideas through my head. Bye, chat. Yeah, that's true. Remember, guys, if you guys want to keep on talking, or if there's a swing trade opportunity or whatnot, check out the Discord. First link in the video description below, and then scroll down after you click on the link, and there's a community section, and there's the Discord link. Take care, everyone. Have a great weekend. And I'll see you guys first thing on Monday again. Hopefully, we're going to have some more continuation and then a nice, strong entry into October. We'll see what happens. Risk management, guys, is the most important thing. So who cares if we get any amazing trades? At one point, we will get some amazing trades. You just got to make sure you don't blow up your account till then. So always the most important thing. Sounds good, Ramoy. I'll check it out probably after the stream, actually. All right, guys. Ciao, ciao. I already wrote it down, actually, right here. Boom. Peace.